now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory.
Well, my internet died on me, which is very annoying. I don't actually know which one's live. Okay, this one's live. Yeah, just for some reason my internet decided it did not want internet anymore. Very annoying. These can go then. Edits, actions, deletes, get rid of these two. That one needs to be my main now for this stream. Make sure it's public, which it is. Yeah, apologies for that. Internet decided it didn't want internet anymore. Let's try and get everything back online again. Alright, kill that. Yeah, we are back. Do apologise. Stream settings. Set off as well that one. Just stop it from cutting off again. Right, let's continue our climb out. Annoyingly, so it's going to now split this into two parts. It's a very messy day of streaming this one, I must say. But as long as it's got something live. Just got to let the thumb down as well. Right, past 10,000 feet now, so we'll turn the seatbelt signs off. Oops. Enjoy the Milan scenery as you climb out.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you hear the news of unexpected turbulence.
So as you fly around Milan city centre itself, Milan proper. Just enjoy the ground lighting of that. It's a gorgeous city, Milan. I've been there twice. Yeah, I've been there twice in real life. Gorgeous little city. Somewhere I do enjoy walking around, just being a tourist thereabouts. Maybe 2 seconds. Just double check on the settings and everything are okay from the stream transition. Be right back. Yeah, so everything's okay. Literally just the internet cut out. Bricks the YouTube stream, but everything is a-okay. It just means we have an annoying part 1, part 2 for this. Right, so continue our climb out now, cruising at level 350. At the moment, there's no ATC for the duration of this flight. I've got the updated chat link in front of me so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, no, we're back, Ziggy. I'll say just the internet cut out on me on the climb out, which is very annoying. Oh no, I should reset my ground spot as well. So as we continue our climb out, let's go through our cabin. Let's use aboard our flight today. Any names you recognise, give us a shout, and we'll have a look. It's going to be a mix of Italian and Montenegrin names. So just update the stream link on the chat so anyone that wants to join can tune in as well. So that must be this one. Perfect. Right, so let's go through the names who's on board this flight. Anyone you recognise, give us a shout. We'll have clear stats. 201 passenger aboard flight today, so it's going to be a mostly full cabin. Few NCC dotted about, but mostly full aeroplane today via Wizz Air. Flying with Wizz Malta as our call sign. Nobody stands out for me on this one. Nope. Got how many cabin crew on board? 2 cabin crew on this flight, which sounds there should be at least 4. I must imagine in real life. So I'm not sure why we've got 2 on this trip, but 2 cabin crew who are serving us on board our flight today. See, it's a little bit cloudy, a bit hazy in the background there. So the weather won't stay completely clear. That's gorgeous. Clear skies right to the horizon. Left hand side, kind of a view of the Alps, but nothing too special. And up ahead, a little bit of haze in the background. That is nice. Right hand side is nice. I believe that's going to be Bologna just below us now. Pretty sure I just saw one of your classmates. Fair enough. Alright, passing 25,000 shortly, level 250. 10,000 feet or so to go until we hit our cruising level today. Airborne now for 13 minutes. Estimated landing at 2048 Zulu. That will come down as we hit our cruising altitude and flight will progress. What is it now? Quarter to 8. I do know I'm going to have dinner at some point during this trip, so I've got an ear open for that. Have a better screenshot shortly. It's gorgeous. I managed to bring up snipping tools, send it to my little group chat with my mates who are also flying alongside. Let's see what we also sent link-wise. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous sunset behind us. Oh, that is nice. That's a screenshot there from Mr. Rick was in the chat. Very nice. Yeah, I need to close Discord as soon as possible. It's not liking this at all. And then there's the other one's screenshot. Oh, that's nice as well. I'll try to get it up before I close Discord. There's a link. No, I didn't say it directly natively. There's some nice screenshots there. How'd you deal with the jet lag when you went down under? Honestly, it wasn't all that bad. The first day was a bit of a waste. So I landed at about 8:30 in the morning local time in Melbourne. Yeah, got out of the airport, got the Sky bus down to the city centre, did a little walk to the harbour and stopped by a Mackey's for a breakfast stroke lunch. Got to the hotel about 1:30, I'd say, 1:30, checked in, got myself a room. And then pretty much had a nap until about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Did a little afternoon, evening walks by. Bear in mind it was summertime, Europe, wintertime in Australia, so sun was kind of setting at the time. So I did an evening walk in the city before checking out, hitting a bar, have a couple of drinks, and just basically spent the day relaxing. So nothing too strenuous, just walk around, have a nap in between, and just balance out your time zone to match that with the locals. It was a good day out, good first day out. First 3 days in Melbourne were a solo, and then eventually a mate of mine who used to go to high school with me, who moved to Australia 12 years ago now, 12 or 14 years ago now. Yeah, his family moved to Australia for work. Yeah, he then appeared. So I landed on the Monday. He then appeared on the. It was Wednesday evening we met up. So yeah, he lives in Perth, so he flew over. We met up and then we spent the next few days together, just hanging out, checking stuff out. It was a good couple of days. Went and watched an Aussie football game as well at the National Cricket Stadium, Melbourne Cricket Stadium. Massive arena, absolutely gorgeous stadium. Right, flight level 300. So I've got another 5,000 to go to hit our cruise. Let's close snipping tool. So yeah, it's going to be a dark flight for most of this. Maybe I cheat. Maybe I change the time zone to make it daytime, but we'll see. So you land at 7:35 into Sydney. Got to meet the rest of the group who had landed before you when you get there. Sydney's alright. When are you going? Because I must admit, when I went to Sydney, when I went there 2 years ago, I did Melbourne, Sydney, Canberra, and Brisbane. And then when I went to New Zealand, I did Auckland, Queenstown, Christchurch, and Auckland and Wellington. And I must admit, Sydney was okay, but it wasn't like a. I personally preferred Melbourne over Sydney, especially the nightlife. Sydney I found a bit dead. When I went, it was the their summer/winter festival, a lights festival. I can't remember what it's called now. Vivid Sydney, which I thought was fantastic. A proper little drone show. I've been to several fireworks shows. Sydney was my first ever drone show, and yeah, it was good. It was good. So yeah, well worth the trip. But personally, I wish I'd probably spent an extra day in Melbourne and 1 day less in Sydney. But of course, go to Bondi Beach, get the ferry across the off to Manly. That was quite good. Did a helicopter flight in Sydney. That was quite fun. So you're doing Sydney, Cairns, and then working your way down southeast for going to Malaysia. Okay. I know the East Coast going to Malaysia. No, not a bad little trip that. Right, 33,000, flight level 330. Yeah, so it's only a few miles now to hit our top of climb. 30 miles. And at some point we'll look at our approach configuration, but still got a little while to go before we even think about that. Going the end of March, seeing your friend in the gap year out there. Not bad, not bad at all. Yeah, I never did a gap year, but I just travel through it whenever I'm not at work. So I've filled in my. Let me bring up the map. There we go. So I've done. At this point, I've done virtually all of Europe. But I've done a fair amount of America, a little bit of Canada, South America. I need to get onto at some point, probably either this year or this summer or next year. I'll do South America. Only a bit of Africa, such as Tunisia. So I need to do a bit more of Africa. Asia, I've done South Korea. Passed through Malaysia. I need to do a proper trip to Malaysia at some point. In Australia, did the East Coast, and then across New Zealand. So I've done a fair bit of a fair few trips. There's more I still need to do. So especially South America and Africa. So 295 flights. My next flight should be my 200th international. My mother's going on the girls' trip to Thailand with all her friends. See how her trip goes, and possibly do it myself. Even drag some of my mates out there. Yeah, so I've still got a lot more to explore, but it's a start. I've probably done way too much to Europe versus the rest of the world, I must say. Way too much to Europe. So we're flying into Podgorica on this flight. Podgorica I did in real life last May. Trip up to Belgrade and across to London. Then I flew into Tivat and I flew into Montenegro. So yeah, we're kind of crossing Bologna's airspace, but yeah, we're just flying along the edge of it. They've not force acted me. I very much doubt we're going to need to stress too much about contacting them. You travelled so much more in the past year since you got your current passport in July 22. You've done 11 countries, plus Northern Cyprus. Okay, that's Nicosia. Oh, what is the northern? North Cyprus capital. Nicosia. Yeah, Nicosia. Love to visit at some point as well. Again, I need to do Cyprus as well. That's still on my list of places to do. Alright, so we're at cruise. Pretty chill out here. What I'm going to do is actually draw a few fixes. So if I get our approach, the runway wise, expecting runway 18. Ah ha ha! This is interesting. There's no ILS, no VO. Okay. Give me 2 seconds to hop on Discord with my mates and see what they're doing for this approach. Stand by. There's no ILS.
For a list of complimentary drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, we only accept credit cards.
Am I back? Oh no, wrong one. There you go. Now I'm back. Right, my dinner's ready, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes. But to walk through what we've just had to do there, so it's a visual circle slant approach onto runway 18, no ILS. On the big low 2 Bravo arrival, we have to overfly the airport, reach go. So 304, 303, 303 to go, and then break off 2.5 miles to the right of the airport, then circle ourselves back into it. It's quite a... I did check the flight plan before I took off. Well, I didn't really. Like I say, it's just... it was a last minute flight. I just planned with mates quickly. I'm not ignoring questions, sorry. I saw someone in chat ask about questions. I was just not paying attention to the chat. Because I was too busy trying to figure out this approach with my mate, so this will be quite interesting. Let me just get your questions up quickly. So you asked... Oh, right, you just, okay. There we go. Right, dinner's ready. I'll be back in a bit. Right, well I'm back. Had to help my mother out with something beyond what I had to do. Something's gone horribly wrong. Flight direct to nearer. What's happened to you here? Captain's resuscitated. So what happens? I can see we've gone on a bit of a weird path in there. Got some missed calls from people. Hang on. Stand by. God, I got a lot of missed calls. Hang on a minute. Right, well, I made a phone call and my phone has just restarted on me, so... looking at that... alright, Captain resuscitated, so... Game was on drastic FPS and Fenix was trying to catch up. Interesting. Then my phone just decided to restart for some reason. Technology. Now, if I bring back myself here... Have they landed yet, or are they still... Yeah, they're on descent, fair enough. Okay, well that was bizarre. Got a company message. So as I said earlier on, my mother's gone on a little girls trip to Thailand next week. So I had to quickly also help her do her SIM card and approach and her landing cards and that kind of stuff. Well, I did three little loops, so it's not like I went completely crazy with the flight plan at the very least. I'm not sure why the FPS decided to die on me like it did, but... Oh well, top percent in a few miles, not the end of the world. About 15 miles TOD. Oh gosh, did 3 circles, were they? They were very, very tight little circles, that. Nothing out of it. Yeah, it was just a holding loop for timing, all that good stuff. There you go. That's what I officially say, it was just a holding loop. Alright, top percent in 15 miles. We need to drop down to... So be a circle to land, all done by hand. So if we get to go by 7,400 for go, what's the altitude of the airport? Okay. So I'll drop down to 6,000. Get ready for a top ascent very shortly. we'll call it separation. Sounds good to me. So right now flying alongside the coast of Croatia here. What do I do my water bottle? There it is. Put this in. Right, put pixels in for pod. Radial 075 and 12. Radius 2 and 4. So fix info for pod. Which one? 335, or I think it's 335 is the one we need. Let's confirm that on the approach charts. A phone. What's the other one? 113. No, it's not. Oh, it's both the same. Okay. So, radial of 075 and 113. And another one at pod. Radius of 2 and one at pod 4. So state 6 needs turning at received. Thank you. Oh, actually, that down there, that's Tivats. Lovely approach into Tivats. Basically, takes you down the coast, or alongside the down the coast, and then about 3 or 4 miles, it's in a right-hand turn to bring into land. So when I went to Montenegro in real life last year in May, it was Tivat I flew into. Lovely little town. The bus station's about there-ish. Going to town, my hotel's kind of about there. Doing most of my time around the harbour, which is about here. Lovely little place. Love to go back at some point. Alright, so continue our descent. So it says it's expected to arrive in 5 minutes, but of course got stuck downstairs a bit too long. We'll try and expedite if we need to. Alright, BRB. Cool. So, yeah. So continue our ascent now. Just past level 240 to 24,000. Going to do Derry to Donegal soon. Let's say list of things I want to do. That's an ATR flight. Is it a flight direct? I'm sure it's a Lingus regional ATR flight. I don't actually have an ATR, so it'd be a little investment to that one as well. Passing 220. It's 2,000. So it's going to be a circle to land approach, a visual circle to land approach. I'm looking at the charts. There are no altitudes, no references. It's about as blind as landing can get. So wish me luck. If you came in 3.6 side, that's great. You got ILSs, RNAVs, RMPs, NDVs. You got everything. But 1.8. No. 1.8 you have to do by hand, no matter where you come in from. So yeah, basically overfly the airport, right and turn, get ourselves aligned with 3.6, but not descend down for the approach for 3.6. Curve around the airport and then back into land again from the north. So there's a little bit of fog on the landscape. Visibility, if you look at the METAR, what's the METAR saying for Podgorica? Yeah, it does that when I open WebEye. Firefox, for some reason, being very heavy for me on the old memory. Right, so a few clouds at 2,600, scattered at 4,300. There is overcast at 7,000, but it doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Visibility plus 10 knots. So yeah, visibility-wise, it's not that bad. Alright, we're officially late. We'll add a delay of 20 minutes. Generic go around, passenger take off technical, traffic, unknown. Yeah, say unknown for 20 minutes. Alright, 18,000. Our temperature is 1011 here at Podgorica at the moment. Can't preset it like in a Boeing, that's fine. If I look at this, actually, that's over there. It's going to be Podgorica's city itself. The airport's a little bit away from town. Most people get there by bus or taxi, but there is a train station. It's the smallest little shed I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, it does officially have a train station. Whack on those seatbelt signs now because this is where the approach gets fun. Seatbelt signs on, please. Any idea of the approach speed as well? Performance. Try outside in a second. So yeah, landing speed at 139, approach speed 144, that's fine. Some spoilers out. We'll be doubling to Donegal, but there's no planes from Derry to Donegal, but it's 3 EasyJet coming in right now, Logan Air. Yes, the flights do go in and out of there. I didn't think there was a domestic connection in within Ireland. Whereas if it was a Lingus Regional, usually used by ATRs. Used to have some BAEs, they used to, I believe, have some ERJs, some Air Lingus Regional. They used to have some jet aircrafts after the BAEs, but I can't remember what it was. There's an Embraer of some sort, I believe. You just see on our map all of the circles we've had to draw for this one. It's all fun and games. So yeah, basically overfly the airport, loop it around, fly past go, out to the 2.5 marker, circle around onto Charlie India, and approach into land. Again, what's the worst that can happen? I will have replays up and running for this one, so we'll be able to watch landing from passengers' perspective as well. Alright, overflying Podgorica. So it's a gorgeous city, not very big, but when I went there in May there was a cultural festival going on, so they had a stage up, live music bands. So yeah, spent a lot of time in the square watching some of the shows going on. Also went to a bar around the corner to watch the PSG Arsenal game, Champions League at the time. It's a nice enough city. Very relaxed, very peaceful. But I enjoyed it. Altitude-wise, I feel we are a bit on the high side at the moment. But we will see. 10 mile zoom on the Airbus, but we can get 5. Just below us, some point soon, you should see the airport come into view. There it is. Whoops, shoot, accidental slew mode. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to land, that's 10 minutes. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to land, that's 10 minutes.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
Yeah, during the day, it's quite a gorgeous approach here into Podgorica. You've got the mountains surrounding on all the sides. Maybe at some point also do a day flight out of it. Probably a departure though. The arrival's the arrival's terrifying enough. Right, so you loop it back around, go past the go, autopilot off, do it by hand. See, it's a very jumpy altitude there on. Should I say jumpy altitude? Small the aircraft trying to keep it within the altitude requirements. To get to the top of the glide slope, we need to be down to 5 miles, 10 miles, 15 miles. It's about 5,000. It's not too bad. Right. Handle the stick ready. Part deactivated. Fly out 2.5 miles from the airport. Continue a descent. Left hand's turn now. Looking good. Once you hit the top of this Charlie Papa point, start a left hand's turn. So these flaps down. On the climb. And to effectively have about 5 miles to stabilise ourselves with the runway. There it is. Alright, 143. A little bit of speed there. Spoilers out. Right, 1,000. Let's do this. Minimums continue. little bit high above the glide slope.
500.
Well, say high. There we go. 2 red, 2 white.
Retard.
Idle throttles. Reverse sets. $100 knots. 80 knots. Reverse is idle. And there we have it. Welcome to Podgorica. Minus 213 in the end, not too bad of a touchdown. Okay, to the right to make our way to the gates.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 8:09 p.m. and it's currently about 15 degrees Celsius.
Alright,
You can now use your
and
mobile
lights
devices.
off.
Please remain seated until
Tax
the
lights
aircraft is
set.
come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead
APU
bins,
will
as
start.
items may have been shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, it was a 1 hour 31 flight in the end, not too bad. Transponder off. And GSX, we put ourselves some ground vehicles. Select from a map. Okay, let's stick this one parking to. That's what we know, thank you. And in my Wizz Air, perfect. Right, not bad landing that. So I say 213, a little on the heavy side. I'll double check what the G's was for that when we hop out into Volanta for the map. A little bit high on the speed when he got to that final turn there for the descent, but wasn't too bad. Good touchdown, yeah. Honestly, I'm not going to complain about that one. I've had better landings. I've had far worse. Is there a taxiway in there, or is that going straight? Oh, where's the terminal? Ah, there it is. Just spawning in right in front of us. Maybe he's available, let's get the bleed up and running. And turn into the terminal area. Make a right, gate 2. Yeah, he's a default scenery here at Podgorica, but for a default, doesn't look all that bad. The main airport facilities you can see up ahead. It's just one terminal building, one little hangar to the side. It's not like it's a massively developed airport Podgorica. It's modern terminal building. But size-wise, very much closer to a regional airport than the main airport for a capital. Again, it's not like Montenegro is a massive nation either. Lovely place, but not going to win any awards at their airports. I see the marshal just poking their ones out the building there. Right, engines off. There's taxi lights off. Get the beacon lights off. And request disembarkation. Yeah, parked a bit too far in the queue, it's not the end of the world. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Podgorica. So get everyone disembarked. We will do a quick replay of the landings. And then we'll bring this one to an end. So cargo doors open the passenger doors. GP's connected. Maybe you can come off. See the engines windmilling there. Right, end our flight. Let's see what our report is on the PACX. That's slightly delayed here. Unexpected arrival delay, extreme flying conditions, possibly that last little dive to the runway there. But otherwise, 77 satisfied. So they're satisfied, 77%. It's not the end of the world. Total block time was 153, flight time 136, standing at 219. Yeah, not the worst flight I've ever had. I've done far worse. Let's go to Volanta quickly. So ignoring the 3 circuits there of Makarska, split, just after split. At any rate, so it's 1.16 G, so it's okay, a little on the heavier side, but it's not like not an excessively horrible landing. Now I'll try and catch these passengers deboarding, then we'll go into our replay. If the passengers plan to disembark. Oh, there you go. If we go into the cabin, you can see some of the people now walking out. That's fine. There we go. Right, let's disconnect from IVAO. Stop recording the replay. Give that a sec to load. There we go. Yeah, not a terrible flight at the end of the day. Right, whoops, not fluctuatory replay now. I've got fluctuatory replay externally. Don't need you. Right, GSX. Just need to reset the stand. Reset position. Panel states ready. Active. Then make sure that the exit's secured and start this replay. Excellent. Right. So do a couple of passenger wing views, and then we'll jump into the external. So it needs A321 at Podgorica. I'll start at the right hand side. So a little bit of wing flex, but otherwise steady. Yeah, just those last little short adjustments to make the aircraft in the short final. Nah, not a terrible approach. It's nice. It's the visual approach, circles to land. Not one I can complain about. Let's do the left hand sides. That's going to be staring pretty much just into the darkness. Stick it on the touchdown. We'll do a GoPro view first. You'll like a good GoPro view.
Retard.
I'll be curious to know, because when we touch down, the nose did bob up a little bit. I'd be curious to know if when we touch down, we kind of caught the top of that little hill bit. Kind of the runway, as at the very base of the runway, starts going uphill, for quite immediately going downhill. So I'd be curious to know, did we touch the top of the hill? Let's have a look. If the frame rate will allow me to. There we go. Got a bit higher. The aircraft coming in. Yeah, definitely got the top of something there. Alright, well there you go. That is Milan to Podgorica in the Wizz Air A321. Not a bad little flight. Yeah, okay. I ended up going AFK a bit longer than I anticipated there. Oh, actually, get a nice angle on the... There we go, that'll do. Went AFK a little bit longer than anticipated there at the end, so had the little frame rate freeze, the autopilot selecty loopy bit there. But otherwise, not a bad little flight. So that will be the end of that for now. See if there's a fight or not, we'll see. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to us already. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon for some more flights in action. Take care. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Bye bye.